Welcome back, everybody. This is Unconditional Surrender, me, myself, and I, playthrough of the main event scenario, published by GMT Games, designed by Salvatore Vasta. I split the August 41 turn into two videos here. This is now the Western and Soviet responses to the German August 41 turn. We're going to go straight into the British... well, that's not right. Go the other way. We're in the British mobilization. Not mobilization. Where am I at? Can't get to where I need to be. Operations phase for the West. Sorry about that. Messing around with things that I shouldn't be messing with. Get my die roll modifiers up here so I can keep track of everything. The West is going to be bold. They're going to activate the Western Desert Force, move it one space to 5543. So that's one movement point out of 10, so they have 9. And then they will spend 3 to attack the Italian 11th. So leaves them those 6. They will use their tanks marker right away. Oh, I don't have 4 sorties on here. Excuse me. So we throw the tanks marker in here, so that's +2. I'm +1 because I'm British. +2 for that, and +2 for an airplane. So that's a sortie. So that makes me +5, -1 for the ridge, +4 to a straight die roll by the Italians. They don't have anything to add. So the die roll is for the British. A 4 plus 4 is an 8. And for the Italians, a 1, which is horrible. Actually, it's better for the Germans that I did that, I think. Let me look at this. An 8. What did I roll? An 8? Oh, an 8 to a 1. It's not a 9. So it's not a DE. It's just a DD. So that is horrible. Retreats would be better than a DD. DDs are bad for me. There's a real risk here of the Africa army being destroyed by the British. That was a very good die roll. The British will now spend another 2 to attack the 11th again. The 11th now is at -2. I'm starting out at +1. I'm going to go ahead and throw another sortie into the mix so that I'm +3. +3 to -2, and we see what the British roll. A 4 plus 3 is a 7, and the Italians roll. 5 minus 2 is a 3. I'm going to check that. 7 to a 3 is a DR, so there's no good way to retreat here. I want to try and keep the Africa army from being at least isolated. Don't want to give the British extra +2. So I'm going to retreat to there, and then the British will take the space, spend 2 more. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, I've got 2 here, but I'm only going to attack at +1 at this point, because all I really want to get is a retreat to isolate the Africa army. I don't necessarily have to kill the Italian unit. So +1 is good enough against -2, I hope. A 1 is a 6. The best the Germans, the best they can roll is a 4, so I think I get it. And they roll a 1. That's not good. 1 -2 stays as a 1. A 6 to a 1 is a DD. So the Italian 11th Army, a major disaster in the desert for the Italians and the Germans. The 11th Army is eliminated. And Italian will goes down by 1 for that. Because Monty started early. I can take the hex, and I still have 2 movement points. What the heck? I can get a free shot at the Africa army with the Western Desert Force. I will take the hex and spend 2. Attack the Africa army. I'm at +1, +2 because he's isolated. Oh, nope, he has a retreat route if I do that. I don't want to do that. Back up. Undo that. Don't want to do that. We're going to undo that. I need to stay there to keep him from having a retreat route. If I were to move up there, he could retreat down here, and then the BF would have to attack him across the ridge. I'd keep him out of supply, but it would take me a lot longer to... and the Western Desert Force would be out of supply as well. So, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just stop here. Don't want to do that. I'm going to go ahead and activate the BEF now to try and do in the Africa Army. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. Nope, can't move both of them. Stop that. Put the 9th back. So, 1, 2, 3, 4 to be adjacent to the Africa Army. It is now isolated, so that's 5, 6. That leaves me 4 movement points. So I start with +1. I get +2 for the... oh, I'm doing this wrong. I have my things in the wrong sequence. I'm all confused. Attacker and defense are in reverse order. My little boxes are in the wrong place. I'm 1 +2 for that. The Germans are +2 because they're Germans. And I still have 4 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, yeah, 5, 6 to attack. So I have 4 movement points left. I'll throw in the aircraft since it's there. Gives me an extra +2. Not a lot else I can do. If I get down to my last attack, I might throw in the free forces at that point. So let's see how we get. +5 to +2. The British roll. It's a very good attack. 4 + 5 is a 9. And 5 + 2 is a 7. So let's go look at what a 9 to a 7. The Africa Corps survives the first attack. Okay. The second attack is going to be the same thing. Use up my aircraft. This is too good of a chance. And then 2 more points for attacking the second time. So it's still a +5 to a +2. And the British roll. 5 + 5 is a 10. And the Germans roll. A 6 + 2 is an 8. So let's go check a 10 to an 8. And the Germans hold their ground again. Oh my, this is really bizarre. Okay, the last 2 movement points to do the attack. Now I'm down to just +3 to his +2. I have a free forces marker, so I'm going to go ahead and play it because it gives me a +1 in a combat. And then I'll have to roll a die to put that back. So I'm +4 to +2, but this is my last attack of any real consequence at this point. So we roll. Oh boy, a 1 + 4 is a 5. And the Germans roll. A 4 + 2 is a 6. The German Africa Army holds off being isolated and whatever you want to say. Oh my God, what a battle. And now the Western Desert Force is in danger of being out of supply. So I'm going to have to spend another point. The whole idea was to kill the Africa Army, so I wouldn't have to spend this production point. So I'm going to have to spend a production point to move the 9th Army, go 1, 2, 3. That way I can go 2 squares through people I know to a rail line and be back in supply for the Western Desert Force. Oh my goodness. Turn track. Why is it way the heck down here? The tanks go into the next turn for me. Free forces. Oh, I have to roll a die for the free forces. What did I roll? I rolled a 6. Oh, good lord. 3, 4, 5, 6. They're coming back in March. And you know something I forgot to roll? I think I forgot to roll. Did I? No, I did those. Oh, I know what I did. I've got the turn marker already advanced. I thought I was done with this turn. Sorry, I need to... the Germans had rolled for their submarine a 1, and the Allies had rolled a 2 for their Ultra. So, we're actually in August. I've already done some of the done some of the other legwork, forgetting that I actually had to finish this up. So that takes care of this. I have to keep all 4 in supply so I can use them again. I have to redress something there with the Italians and the Germans. The moves here, 1, 2, 3. Kursk goes to there. Bryansk goes to here. This guy moves back 1 here. This guy moves to here. And this guy moves to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 movement points. Where's that damn card? So 6 movement points. And I have an alarm going off with my phone. And okay, we're done with that. Everything's a supply for the Russians, so we're done. No supply, no replacements. Replace air unit here. Here. Do I want to replace all my air units, or do I want to build that infantry unit because the Africa army may be dying here soon? Oh boys, I have a bad feeling about this. Definitely spending that 6 to get those 2 aircraft. I don't think there's... Oh, I forgot to do something. Russian, no supply phase. There was an action for them to take. I went ripping right by it. They will put this aircraft on their faction card. The Germans will just keep it out of supply, and it would take like 2 turns for it to die. I'd rather have it in my eliminated box so I can build it whenever I have the extra 3 production points. So that goes out. That means the Germans can get away without building this, but do they want to build the infantry unit and waste 2 production points, or get the aircraft up so they can bring it forward for bad weather against Russian attacks? What would you do? I think I want to build that infantry unit because I have a feeling I'm going to lose the Africa army, and I'm going to need to put some other German down there to slow this whole advance. This was a horrible thing that happened to me. So I'm not going to do that airplane. The Italians, where's my quick jump? The Italians, they have 11. So they can't really do a lot. This would have been up at 5, so that's down to 3. And 4 was 7, and 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I've already done that. Did things out of sequence here. So the Italians are done. The Germans are done. The West. 3, 6, 9. That should be all that they have. Poof. The Russians will do 3 for their airplane, and then they have 6 infantry to build, so we're going to be going to mobilization right away. So 3 for the airplane, which is down here in Rostov. And then that was replacement Soviets, no upgrades, mobilization Axis. They're going to go ahead and spend 1 of the remaining points to build the German infantry unit. And we're going to put it in Munich so that I can get to Italy in a hurry. Where's Munich? There it is. Put the 4th there. Okay. And we're West doesn't have anything. The Soviets have 6 armies. They're going to jump back to the Sea of Azov, which is where I like to drop my 6 armies that I'm building here. Boom. I have 6 armies. So 1 goes into Rostov. Oh, Jesus. I hate this stacking. One goes into Kharkov. One goes into Kursk. I know at least two have to go up north. I'm not sure about the last one. Two have to go up here to like Vsav. Damn it. In Moscow. The real question is, do I stick one in Orel? Because that could shift north if I need it, and south if I need it, or I can put it in Bryansk, but that puts it possibly right in the path of a German advance, although they don't have a lot to advance in the center. That could change quickly. It's just a matter of where do I think I'm going to need it more. Orel is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can get up and defend the forest in front of Moscow. I think I'm going to go ahead and put the last one in Orel. Okay, so I'm... that was 6 for that, so I'm done. We're done with mobilization. Diplomacy, there is none. We're all fighting, no talking. They haven't conquered Germany yet. And end of turn phase, which I pretty much have already done, I think. Except the British get back their tanks. And yeah, we are done. And then it's to September. So, I had started to do a bunch of the end of turn stuff when I was done with the German turn, and that was not the right thing to do. So I kind of screwed that up. That's why you saw a lot of things were like already done because I hadn't been paying attention. I will check the factory count and all of the production points and have everything ready to go for September when we start up again. And again, we will start right at the strategic warfare phase because there won't be weather will be clear, and I don't think we'll have any declarations of war. So this has been the second half of the August 1941 turn, the Western and Soviet response. The West has a major offensive going in the desert, and it looks like they might be able to bag the Africa army. We'll see if I can extradite the Africa army in our next video. This is Dren608. You've been watching the Me, Myself, and I playthrough of the main event scenario of Unconditional Surrender. I appreciate you watching. Please leave any comments and subscribe if you'd like. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.